Hello everyone, welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers New Game Plus Story Stream Recap Streams with me, Firemac. And as it says in the little text box right over there, if you see it, this is the final day, so I need to rush. I don't have much time. I have exactly 12 hours to get this all done, so let's continue. Sleep disturbed. With forward brow, the crystal arc deliberates your next move. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do any voices. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood, though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather, one who appropriated his identity, it was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight. Prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifice. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino return us soon with the most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Ryan of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength.
For Kamigawa, because I wasn't
Oh. You guys didn't hear that. Actually, you did. You know, it's fine. It's gonna stay in the episode. I also have to do some gotcha stuff. I got most of it done. There's just one game I need to do, but that's fine. But I think it's best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt need of their strength. Agreed. I think it's prudent we all take measure to prepare for what's to come. Bekalug, now we'll continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel that might one day carry you home. Curious. I think it's time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of M.A. Sulk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fanal that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Kitana Ravel. Almit believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you are ready, make for now, and Almin and her sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our task. Pray give my regards to Devis. Okay, to Ratika. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Raktika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We were all in agreement before any investigation could proceed. You should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom of my comrades that I seek can be found within. The wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. It is... Yeah, okay. I see. Then it is good that you have come. For Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding, and it is our duty to ensure that you and yours do not want to for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who was it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing they were? You promised not to tell! Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, you needn't apologize. A seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. If not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the Kitana Ravel. To the rabble we shall go. I don't recall what this quest is about, to be honest with you. Ah. Oh, okay, it is an instant duty. It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal of the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. It is recommended you set aside to view the scenes in their entirety. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a long one, huh? Alright, let's just get it over with.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed. Why you... Ugh.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead. As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
What? But I only... What is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Oh boy, here we go. I actually do vaguely remember this. I just don't remember the plot significance of it. You trespass mortal upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls have I bound. Yet to heroes proven, learned, and wise, comrades' souls shall be their prize. Okay. If you would see their sets free, answer me these riddles 3. Deft or Paul, with kin do I live. Thought sought part, betterment of whole do ever this cry. What? What? Deft of paw. So nope, they don't have a paw. With kin do I vie. Those sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. Thought those sought apart. They don't have paws, so no curl and dude, I really don't know. Let's Calibri. It can't be Coral unless Deft or Paul. 'Twas the Opopo, King and shrewd spirits. And okay, well, we screwed that up. For the mistaken, I shall. So, single talisman shall I take? While Fearsome Fang, with Fearsome Fang, I travel with the pack. Together we find harmony, thus peace or does our land lack. So it's a wolf. Yeah, it's a wolf. And Fearsome Fang, and you travel in the pack, yeah. See, this requires you to actually know animals. See, because I was tempted to pick Opopo, but I don't know. I guess Oppo is a freaking... So the spirit of the wolf, the doctrines to praise that they would know peace and harmony into their days. The riddles answer to discern, this wish soul returns. On my belly do I crawl, but my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. As a snake. The serpent. On belly do I crawl. See, this one's easy. That first one was not easy, if you ask me. Indeed, the dread serpent turned protector, lured to summer, ere it to toward the world asunder. In the riddle's answer you do discern, thus to soul you return. Well, we lost the one girl. Desire you that which I yet claim, then we shall play another game. A test of mind of memory. Choose wisely, and you will all yet go free. Twixt these talismans hide friend or foe. Choose your companions well or sorrow no. For your comrades from the talisman. What? Choose carefully. There's not. Is this just the memory game? Red. Also red. Okay. Yustola. Not Yustola. 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 Well done. Red. Well, since we know we don't want the reds, let's just choose this one again. So it's one of these two. Great, okay, cool. Let's just select this one again. That way we don't have to fight no enemies. Bam, we got you mischievous girl. Your comrades are assembled together at last. Yet there still remains one trial you must pass. Waka. Waka waka waka. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. These riddles 3. One worthy of she will other. Bleh. One worthy of she who the Rockins extol must be strong of mind, body, and soul. Does that mean we're gonna fight you? All or nothing. Failure of this test does not appear to be an option. This shall be easy. You guys can handle it, you don't need me. Oh, whoops. Summon? Please don't summon. Victory often gets sacrifice for which we pay the price. What? Ah, no! Firemac, hurry, we must save him. Oh, now I feel bad for not joining with you guys. Time is hard. Display one all. Oh, did I still hit her? Oopsies. You may think you have won, but it was only just begun. Poison cough, come gather around me. Got it. Reinforcements. Lead them to me. Shoot this. Huaka. Shogun your own.
Gloves are off.
Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and thus I concede defeat. Yay, we did it. Did we win? Are we done? I think we're done.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Sorry about that. Freaking family using alarms. And it was timed perfectly where I can't really cut it out of YouTube either, so might as well just keep it in.
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Sounds like the echo.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
And then it does.
The final days. If, as the XIV's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided. It would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
You must recall Emmett Sulk's dying request.
Remember us.
Remember we lived.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fana will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Okay. By your pensive expression, I take it to the tomb has given you much to think about. That as well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding. Thus, army will what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend Tiuna and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries. Yet, as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone. And though it will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve his story. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying, we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought. So long as we are here, there are none among the Vis who will not know of all you have done for Norvrant. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray your safe travels then, as ever we shall await your return with open arms. An old friend, by all rights you should be departing for the Crusade, but Yustola does not seem ready to return. Although we learn not of the Asians, the insight we gain into the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Crusade, however, there is a small matter I would attend to in Sliverball. Might I trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runar. Alright, boy. Okay. Why is everybody messing with me today? I swear, it's like... Everyone knows. It's like... Everyone subconsciously does not want me to meet my goal of getting this done before end work. Frank, it's so good to see you! You've arrived at a most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runar, but we haven't the... Please, I insist! It will only take 1 minute. Dang, Runar, calm down. My apologies, Farg. It seems our return to the Castellum will be delayed. But perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it is rather more of a chore. I must clean my chambers here in a slitherball from top to bottom. If you would be so kind as to go and fetch a broom for Asgeir, we might finish before Runar is done cooking. What is it, Zoe? Trying to get a broom. A broom for Master Matoya? I cannot imagine why she would have needed such a thing. But here you are. It is old but sturdy and sure to suffice. Because, you know, Matoya and brooms go together. That's just how things work. Zoe. This cat is like sticking her nails in me right now. I trust Asgeir was able to find a broom for us. Well, Warren, good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, if you weren't... Well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right, anyway, it is time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. You didn't honestly think I'd do it the old-fashioned way. The broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself. Or rather, it will be. Time to rise, the Swiss and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. Zoe, please. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. In future, I may need you to remind me of the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place, these people. Poor Runar. Doesn't want her to go. I don't blame him. But Master Matoya, pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything's fine, I assure you. It's been a long day is all. I see. You stole it, thank goodness you're still here. Alphino, I thought you were following Ardbert. I was, though. I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seemed determined to traverse every elm of Nordbrand in his quest to spread the truth of the words Light in the Flood. And it seems news of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It played right into their hands. It remains to be seen to what end he encourages the people to become warriors of light themselves. But there is no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another Ascian ploy, yes? They've commandeered corpses before and to no good end. I see no reason to think that this time is any different, especially when it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. His next destination is, in all likelihood, Sliverball. Alize, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Halric and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting for all of us. The best thing I can do is now let them rest, so I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbert would hunt down and slay a nearby Sin-Eater to earn the locals' trust. A best chance to get ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Reen are returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the bogs of Woven Oath. Then that is where we shall start our search. A warm boil of stew will be waiting your return. I look forward to it. Alright, so where's Thancred? Oh, he's literally right there. Okay, cool. Okay. I think we've finished our gacha. Finally. We're gonna see our progress on this. We still got a number of quests to go. The future does not bode well for how long it's taking me to get to these patches, to be honest with you guys.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Ooh.
Our quarry has come. It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
Don't try to play me for a fool. We know it's not you, Ardbert.
But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
Extend a friendly fist. No, I shall ask whether he wishes Seto were here. I think that one's the more smart option.
Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
Aha! Caught you in your lie! Seto's alive, you dumb bee. It's a freaking Amuro. I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I. Nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least. And 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
As long as you don't make me do any more chores. Got quiet.
Keep that up and I'll send you to bed without supper.
Oh.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Okay, cool. 4 quests left in this patch. It's most likely going to take us the whole hour. Follows my prediction of 3 hours per patch. Yasolo would have you depart to the Tempest without delay. Alphano has the right of it. Let us pay a visit to Ondo. We should speak with Tulsius Oth first. As chieftain, he is doubtless privy to a great many secrets. And as a reminder, I'm not going to be doing voices. If it just happens, I just happen to have a fancy for it. That's all. But otherwise, I really don't intend to do voices because doing voices slows me down, believe it or not. Because I have to think about, oh yeah, I did this voice, now I have to say it a certain way, make sure you say the words right while doing the voice. And you know, you've seen me trip up. So, yeah, I just want to I want to expedite this as much as I can. I have sent no finless ones. Perhaps you instead come seeking something of us. Voice cutscene, voice cutscene, voice cutscene, oh, voice cutscene. So they're not gonna explain that they had to Well, I guess the bubble stays. Ruins from which your kind have yet explored, I see. None of one such place, alas. Under these circumstances, I'm afraid we can spare none to guide you there. And what circumstances are these? Rather than hunt for their own meals, the Benthos have pillaged our stores of Minuri liver. They must be replenished with haste. Oh, don't make me do this. The Benthos, a particularly violent tribe of Undo, if I recall. A band of bottom feeders. We all lost much in the flood, but while others work to rebuild, they resort to thievery and murder. Revenge, they call it, when they prey upon your kind. But do not be fooled. They care not why they harm. Would they had the words to challenge them. What am I hearing outside? This is not the first time they have stolen from us, but there is no resource more precious than liver. All must dedicate themselves to the hunt. Unless, of course, we were to reclaim the livers for you, of course. It seems fitting payment for vital information, does it not? Moreover, one could argue by employing Bismarck to reach these depths, thereby driving back the waters. We are in part responsible for the deeds of those driven to desperate ends by changing the climes. One good turn and all that. You certainly can't leave them like this. I thought you might say that. You've never been one to miss an opportunity to help. Reclaiming the stores it is, then. We'd be grateful beyond words if you did. The Benthos have surely taken the livers back to the Founder's floor. But be warned, there will be no shortage of guards waiting to spear intruders. Then we will have care not to draw their attention, shall we? Oh god, we gotta go all the way over there. So how's everyone doing? Gotta do so much flying. And I suspect there will be distractions very soon. In we go. Cool, bristling on. No, 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 no fighting, no fighting. Thrusting your hand into each sack in turn, you find all are filled with wheat down in the bottom. You also find that raw wheat is unpleasantly pointy. Gotta make sure to stay away from the enemies, man. Interacting. On a cursory sniff, you detect a faint aroma of fresh oranges, a far cry from the rather memorable scent of Minri liver. Bedraggled box. This box was filled with assorted vegetables. Liver is not a vegetable. Great. What the hell am I missing here? There's gotta be something here, right? Are you kidding me right now? We looked in there. It's like, no, because that goes out the thing. What the F? There's something in the middle. What am I missing? It's up here, isn't it? There's a shoe bill here. It's the freaking shoe bill. Jubel's staring at Reen. Just staring. I haven't forgotten why we're here, I swear, only this bird hasn't taken its eyes off me since I found it. I think it might be lonely. That's sus. Okay, well there's nothing up here besides the shoe bill. What? Where the heck do I go? What am I missing? Oh, it's gotta be in here then, right? Yes! There we go, this has gotta be it. A bulbous bag. The squelching noise they make when they're prodded and foul stench. You can conclude these bags are bursting with livers. Brilliant. Finally. Oh. Are those them? I would hope so. Perhaps you've deduced this already, but it seems the Benthos have been raiding Calusian storehouses as well as those of the Ondo. Oranges, pumpkins, wheat. But we can discuss this after we see the livers safely back to Tolshis Oth. It wouldn't do to keep him in the suspense. Cool, this will end the deep designs, which will leave 3 more quests. For this patch. For this patch, I'm just saying. There's definitely way more quests after, though. I'm relieved to see you unspeared. I can just imagine us walking up with a spear right through our gut. Our precious livers, I knew you would not fail. We also found all manner of foodstuffs from Calusia and the Flounder's floor. Tell me, Tolsoth, does that seem odd to you? To be brazen, to be sure. It is brazen, to be sure. I'm reminded of rumors I've heard recently concerning a rash of thefts from Calusian warehouses. The perpetrators entered in the dead of night and are gone before anyone has realized what has happened. The Yonan army has been investigating, but thus far to no avail. Perhaps the reason they have struggled so is that their quarry is of the sea. The true question, then, is what we mean to do about it. Much as I would like to proceed into the ruins without further delay, we cannot allow the Benthos to carry on as they are. If I may, I believe the ruins are, in fact, key to the Benthos' plan. Is that so? These ruins, which lie deep within the illuminated land, are a recent discovery. We have seen signs that the Benthos are preparing to claim them with all haste. We could not fathom why, but in the light of the knowledge that they have been stockpiling resources, it is clear that the Queen will soon give birth. They require space to raise their young, food for both Queen and hatchlings to thrive. Well, we can hardly fault them for that. Under normal circumstances, perhaps, but conditions in the Tempest are far more suitable for spawning, its resources barely able to sustain our current population. There's only one reason they would disregard this. They seek to build an army, and what it takes with it takes revenge upon the Finless. It is not surprised. They came to us not long ago seeking allies for the cause. We rebuffed them, of course. The suffering of others will not serve as balm to their own. Their queen, however, desires only bloodshed, and will gladly send her children to die in our stead. If they are planning to wage war, that changes matters considerably. Indeed. I doubt this can be resolved without violence, but perhaps with a show of force we can convince them to see reason before the die is cast. I would rather not risk your people in an attempt. If we travel to the illuminated land, is there a way we might identify the ruins ourselves? Yes, once you reach its depths, go deeper still. You will see a monstrous structure there upon the seafloor. That you have come to us now as the will of the Ancient Ones. They have guided you here that you may drive out the usurpers, those who seek to use their magnificent creations with vile purposes. I have no doubt they will show you the way forward. I'm afraid that the dead do not speak quite so clearly. Nevertheless, we shall try not to disappoint. If what we seek lieth deeper still, beyond Amorat, I will call upon the assistance of another. Cool, 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 cool.